Shalom, 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 Israel, giving all praise to Yahweh, Ba'ashim Yahushua, Ba'ashim Chakadash, the monster that was a GMS. We're well cited to Akim out there. Pushing this word and truth is sincerity, risking your freedom in your life to do so. More so now than ever before. As you can tell by the title of this video. Slack it. It's from zerohedge.com, and they get some real good news sources and stuff like that. But it says U.S. buying $290 million worth of anti-radiation drugs for use in nuclear emergency. Now, why would the United States government be buying $290 million worth of anti-radiation drugs? Because after nuclear warfare, the bombs let off what is known as nuclear radiation or radioactive toxins that essentially poison people. You can see an example of that with the bomb that was dropped on Japan, Little Man and Fat Boy, on the two cities of Hiroshima and Nagasaki. And a lot of the people was affected through the radiation. Babies was born with 3 heads. People would come out the womb missing arms. People would go blind. Just all types of ill manner effects. So I guess these drugs are supposed to help lessen the effect and the threat of a nuclear war, which we know is biblical. So it says the Biden regime is buying up $290 million in anti-radiation drugs for use in nuclear emergencies amid escalating tensions with Russia and heightened threats of a nuclear war. So and this is pretty much the official document. It says HH, so I guess it's Health and Human Services, purchases drug for use in radiological and nuclear emergency. And why is the government not warning the U.S. citizens of the upcoming war with Russia? Why is this not thing that's been talked about? And the only people that are saying it is the prophets, man, the men of a great millstone, and those that come in the doctrine and instead under the elders GMS. We're the only ones that talk about this war that's going to happen. Not even a potential war. It's going to be a war. Let's get this quick scripture. Revelations 11 verse 14. The second woe was past, and behold, the third woe cometh quickly. Right? What was the second woe? Scriptures essentially encrypted the meaning. The second woe, of course, is the second war, or World War II, which was great death. I believe it was up to 50 million people, something like that. So he said the second woe, or second world war is past, and behold, the third woe coming quickly. What is the third woe? The third war, the thermonuclear annihilation of Babylon the Great, Israel, and other places around the earth. And coming quickly, meaning that it was really no time of rest, because Babylon being so much war up to his teeth, conquering and pillaging, Esau's blessing being a sword. So continuing on, and this is highlighted as part of long-standing ongoing efforts to be better prepared to save lives following radiological and nuclear emergencies. The U.S. Department of Health and Human Services is purchasing a supply of drug Nplate and Amgen USA Inc. Nplate is approved to treat blood cell injuries that accompany acute radiation syndrome in adult and pediatric patients. All right, so this is the official document to further prove that what he said was true. It says, in quotations, I'm right here. The U.S. government said the procurement of end plate was not in response to the war in Ukraine, the Telegraph reported. An HSS spokesman told the Telegraph, "This is part of our ongoing work for preparedness and radiological security. It has not been accelerated by the situation in Ukraine." So, they're trying to say that it's not because of the situation in Ukraine, but we know it is. Let's start up here. Let me read a little bit more. It says, "As I noted at the time, the real reason they told everyone to leave is more likely the risk of a full-blown war breaking out due to the U.S., Ukraine, or Poland being responsible for the belligerent bombing of the Nord Stream pipelines." And if you know anything about the Nord Stream pipeline, is Russia was supplying, I believe it was Germany, but it was one of the European Union nations. And pretty much that's going to drive the prices of gas to unprecedented prices, to where people are not going to be able to afford to live. And it's going to cause anarchy and chaos within that country, which is also supposed to be allied with America. But we know what the scriptures say about, the beast should hate the whore, meaning the EU nation should hate America, because America is technically not a part of the EU, but it runs the EU because of its power. You see, that little whore that sat on the beast and controlled the beast with its whoredoms. It says, while Russia has issued statement after statement warning the U.S. that they will use nuclear weapons to defend their territory and are not bluffing, the U.S. has been shipping billions in high-tech weaponry to Ukraine to attack Russian forces and strike inside of Russia. All right, so now they're sending Ukraine to do its dirty work, and Putin is not playing, man. So Isaiah 9, because this is coming to a head, man. We know these are the times. And it's the time of Jacob's trouble and also the time of our deliverance. So we just got to be patient. So this is Isaiah 9 verse 12. For every battle of the warriors with confused noise and garments rolled in blood. Right, so, ancient battles, warriors be clashing swords. That's what you would hear in the battlefield, swords clashing. Swords hitting shields. Spears hitting horses, or horses trampled over men screaming for anguish of pain. It says, in garments rolled in blood. You'll see clothes soaked in blood of your enemy. You know what I'm saying? That was how ancient warfare. You see a lot of that with like Thor, the movie 300s. I can name a whole bunch, but pretty much that's how war took place back in the days. But it said, but this shall be with burning and fuel of fire. Never in history was there ever a war fought with just fire. So what is that telling you, man? What is that telling you? Putin's not bluffing. He will use nuclear weapons, which is fire from heaven. You see, so pretty much close. That was the point, man. It's just more proof that what we saying is true and it's coming to light. Every day we will go by. So just a little update, man. Till next video. Shalom.